Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pepsi Stadium for the NCCAA D2 Men's Soccer National Tournament. Tonight's match features the number 4 seeded Pensacola Christian College Eagles and the number 1 seeded North Central University Rams. At this time, we would ask anyone that can stand to please stand, remove your caps, and join us in a word of prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the opportunity for these two teams to meet. We do pray, Lord, that you would keep them safe as they play. Thank you for the safety you've given them so far to come to this place in the season. We pray, Father, that everything we would do tonight will be done to your glory and honor. That's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We welcome you to Pepsi Stadium on the campus of North Greenville University on a 53-degree cloudy night. It's game number 2 of the opening day of pool play in the 2018 Division II Men's NCCAA Soccer Championship. Hi again, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Those of you who were with us who saw that furious, frenetic, crazy first game, we welcome you to Pool A. It's the top seed, North Central University, the Rams at 10-7-2, taking on the 4 seed Pensacola Christian College Eagles, and the defending champions coming in at 4-14-1. Let's meet the starting lineups. We'll start with the Pensacola Eagles, head coach Joseph Lewos. Starting number 6, Jake McClellan. Number 5, Tim Yefimov. Number 8, Paul Stewart. Number 9, Riley Bucholski. Number 10, Kendall Mullenix. Number 12, Nick Stanridge. Number 21, Hayden Hoffman. Number 16, Joel Hatcher. Number 17, Jason Upchurch. Number 26, Lucas Sampaio. And in front of the net is Brent Konazinski. Starting today for North Central University, the Rams head coach Brian Lee in his first year. Starting number 1, Noah Ramsby. Number 6, Josue Botuli. Number 7, Chris Forrest. Number 8, Riley Lukanen. Number 10, Caleb Smith. Number 11, Andrew Davidson. Number 21, Dennis Morales. Number 22, Henry Pachula. Number 23, Danny Williams. And number 28, Jeremiah Zilka. In front of the net for the Rams today is number 2, Gabe Hartwig. So the Rams, the champs of the North region, beating Providence in 6 rounds of penalty kicks in the final after drawing level 1-1 in 2 overtimes. Meanwhile, Pensacola is an at-large bid. They lost to Trinity 3-1 in the South region final. And as I mentioned, they are the defending national champs. If you weren't around for the first game, it was a crazy finish. Trinity won to Bellamy. Bellamy into the box. McDaniel, yes, into the back of the net. Unbelievable. Points in Pool B That game was 1-0 after 55 minutes of play. Kansas came back and tied it. Both teams seesawed. The last 30 minutes of that game was as incredible as you will ever see, and hopefully we're in store for something similar here tonight between the 1 and 4. North Central is in the white. Pensacola is in the blue. It's been a rainy couple of days here in the upstate of South Carolina as Pensacola possesses first. So that's why we had the venue change. Bob Jones Field was a little wet. And big thanks to the folks at North Greenville for stepping up. They had 24 hours to prepare for us. And it's like we were at home again. The field, I was down there earlier today when it was actually raining. It's not raining right now, although there is a line of heavier showers that's moving towards us. So we might see rain in this game before it's over. But that said, I was down there just in my tennis shoes and running around and testing out the field, and I did fine just in my shoes. So the field is in excellent shape despite the poor weather that we've had today, and we're going to have until about Friday. It'll be interesting to see how Pensacola comes out. They've had a rough year. I mentioned 4-14-1. I actually double-checked that record before the game started today because I thought I might have written it down wrong, but they played a brutal non-conference schedule. They started the season 0-8 against mainly NAIA and D2 programs. Against Division II NCAA competition, they're 4-2, 1-1 against Trinity, 1-0 against Bob Jones, and they have another victory under their belts as well. And as I mentioned, they are the defending champions, so certainly well within their right to be here and contend once again. Going up against North Central. North Central, Brian Lee in his first season, as I mentioned, he was an assistant last year, has his team playing very well. An emotional victory over Providence, no doubt, in 6 rounds of penalty kicks after an incredible overtime period. They had a late goal. Morales scored to level it, and they advance. They were the 2016 runner-up. They lost to Bob Jones that year. So these two teams very familiar with getting out of pool play, and we'll see how things go. Folks, I want to remind you, last year we had the chat. We don't have the chat going here on the brand new NCAA network that we're glad to be a part of. But you can give me a shout on Twitter if you want to using the hashtag NCCAA Soccer. Make sure you get that extra C in there because your phone's going to auto-correct it. But NCCAA Soccer on that hashtag. I'll check it periodically throughout the game. So both teams settling in here 3 minutes in. This is Pool A. North Central will be off tomorrow. Then they're going to take on Bob Jones 7:30 on Thursday. We expect to be back at Bob Jones for that game on Thursday. Now tomorrow, Pensacola takes on Bob Jones, and that will likely be back here at North Greenville. Pensacola trying to get something going on the attack here. Yefimov at center circle. Stanridge. A lot of familiar names on this Pensacola team from last year. Just 4 freshmen, in fact, on this year's roster that has seen significant time. So there are a lot of familiar names and familiar people that I'll be calling out once again here for you in 2018. Stanridge with the long ball looking for McClellan. Sampaio. And that's blocked by Ramsby, the center back for North Central. So North Central trying to get their attack going here. Davidson. This is Morales. Morales who scored that tying goal in the regional. Ball teed up by Putuela, I believe. No trouble for the Eagles that time defensively. Sampaio. That pass off the mark. Taken back by the Rams. North Central is from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Pensacola from Pensacola, Florida. And folks who might be watching in Pensacola, we're getting a lot of Gulf moisture, so it's very chilly out there, and the wind has started to pick up, blowing right to left on your screens here in this one. But it's a humid, kind of a weird feeling out there right now. Good run by Buchalski, but runs out of real estate, so it'll be a throw for North Central here. 5 minutes in, both teams settling into this one. I mentioned it last year, all tournament long, there were 16 goals in every game total. We had 7 goals in the first game here in 2018. The Rams and Pensacola are not up there in terms of attacking. Pensacola is 16th with 27 goals. North Central is 14th with 33 goals. North Central is 5th in goals against average. They're a good defensive team at 1.90. That pass is going to go out of bounds, so North Central will get the throw off the foot from Hatcher. Forrest with the throw. Getting there, Yefimov first. I got to give a shout out to Joe Lewos for recruiting in the 216 and the 440. I know there's a lot of people in Cleveland watching. That's my hometown. I lived in Cleveland for 20-some years of my life, and I will be going back there for my mom's turkey and stuffing right after this tournament's over. So shout out to Cleveland. Pensacola's brought a lot of players from that area. McClellan's from Mansfield, which is about an hour south on 71, and Stanridge is from Ashland, which is out in the country as well. Mark Brown from Cleveland, and Konazinski from Cleveland, Ohio as well, the keeper for Pensacola. Trying to get that through ball was McClellan. Yefimov and Pensacola stay with it. The Eagles, more of the possession here in the early going, 8th minute. Cleveland, by the way, is an underrated soccer area, as Hatcher tried to go back heel. Pensacola has been stingy offensively, if that makes any sense. They've really been coming at it. And every time the Rams try to flick it away, they're right back on the ball. Buchalski tries to cross it in, and that'll come up short. Gives us a chance to talk about Gabe Hartwig. Correction, that was deflected, they say, by North Central, so it'll be a corner kick. Hartwig must have touched it over the line and didn't realize. So a corner kick upcoming here for Pensacola. Coming up, Stanridge. Stanridge gets it back. Now at the top of the box, Sampaio. Near side, Stanridge again. Crosses it into the box, and climbing for the header, but not able to come up with it, was McClellan, I believe. It is deflected out again. We'll have another corner kick. Stewart takes the corner. Paul Stewart, 3 goals, 4 assists on the year. Second corner kick here in about a minute for the Eagles. Trouble with the ball, it'll be cleared out. Yefimov is there for Pensacola. Headed back by North Central, McClellan there. On the far side, Sampaio crosses it. Flicked by Buchalski on the deflection. It's just wide to the left. And they say it was deflected again by North Central. Let's take a look at that one again. I believe it was McClellan in there. Hard to see on my end on the replay, but 3 corner kicks already for Pensacola here in the early stages of this one in the 10th minute. That was headed by a Rams player. Diving for it was Hartwig, and they get Pensacola on a foul. So here in the 10th minute, Eagles with a protest, but as Kendall Mullenix gets the explanation from the official, North Central with the free kick, that's going to be headed off of the Eagles, and it'll be a Rams throw. Chris Forrest from Bismarck, North Dakota with the throw. And again, the attack fizzles just like that for the Rams. Little touch by Hoffman over on the far side. Ball sent forward. Pensacola. Good attack here in the early going. That ball crossed. Puhalski sends it back into the box. It'll be headed out. Batuli making the defensive play there for the Rams, and Pensacola's attack fizzles right there. This men's soccer national championship brought to you by Pepsi, located right here in the upstate. Pepsi delivers an array of Pepsi products you know and love. Pepsi, crisp, smooth, and refreshing. Gabe Hartwig, the captain and 4-year starter with the goal kick. 1.68 goals against the average. Stopped 73% of the shots he faced this year. 88 saves, 4 clean sheets. Pensacola's Konozinski yet to be challenged. His goal against average is a little bit higher, but remember, they played some very difficult competition. They look fresh out there right now. Buchalski trying to get it to Hatcher, and the offside flag is raised. So game number 2 here on day 1. Everybody settling in. Friday is an off day after pool play wraps up on Thursday. And then Saturday is the championship game at 5 p.m. Eastern time. For those of you in Pensacola and Minneapolis, adjust accordingly. An hour earlier for you. Be a throw in here for the Rams. Rams trying to get something going on this side of the field. It's been all Pensacola on the attack. Nice little flick by Yefimov. The left back Hatcher gets it to the center. It's sent ahead now to McClellan. McClellan will set up the attack. Good play by Batuli to take it away for the Rams. Morales. It's sent back on the far side. Rams with a good run. Have it in the box for the first time, and it's taken right back by Pensacola. The counterattack is on, but everybody's back for the Rams, so it fizzles pretty quickly. Smith got it from Batuli now. Forrest sends it back to Williams. Williams on the near side as the center backs play hot potato with it. Now Williams steps forward. Batuli, pass off the mark. It'll be a throw for Pensacola here in minute 14. Just underway in this one. Pensacola from the Gulf Coast and North Central from the upper Midwest. North Central 2016 runners-up. Got knocked out of the regional last year by Providence and took down Providence here in 2018. They were the 3 seed actually in their region this year. They won 3 games in 3 days. They beat the 2nd seed Emmaus in the semifinals. 10-7-2 for Brian Lee in his first year, the head coach. Ball rolls to Brent Konozinski. 2.97 goals against average for him. 69% of the shots he saw, he stopped. 121 saves. That tells you he was under the gun this year. On the near side, Buchalski with a good run. Buchalski, as Batuli for North Central gave chase, knocks it behind. We're going to have our 4th or 5th corner kick already for Pensacola. And for the Eagles, it's taken short again to Stewart. Stewart fires and it curves, but it'll go behind for a goal kick. Pensacola right back on the ball again. Turning on it, Sampaio sends it near side to Buchalski, and that will come up short. Deflected again, corner kick again for Pensacola. And I think all but one have come on this near side corner as well. Paul Stewart jogs over from Rochester, New York. 3 goals, 4 assists, 10 points on the year for him. Booms it into the box, and that's over everybody's head. Still trouble, though. Hatcher flicked it. And here come the Rams now after stopping that attack off the set piece. They try to get the counter going. And the passing just a little bit off in the early going for the Rams. Ramsby tried to come up with it but couldn't. It's sent over on the near side for Pensacola, Buchalski. Buchalski, a little flick forward. McClellan bumping with Williams. Williams trying to hold him off, and they're going to call a foul on Pensacola. So Williams does his job. We started the early game at 52 degrees. We've actually gone up a degree. Today will be the warmest of the 3 days in pool play for the men. Tomorrow, the folks playing the night game will be playing in temperatures likely in the 30s. The high tomorrow is supposed to be 46. The high on Thursday is supposed to be 44. Rams with an opportunity. Here's Butuli firing it just wide right of Konazinski. So a nice play there. It was deflected, they say, off Pensacola, so the Rams will get their first corner kick of the night. As you get another look at that shot attempt. Again, just a little bit wide left. Josue Batuli, 6 goals, 1 assist on the year. Good two-way player, according to Brian Lee. Gives his team an opportunity, at least via the corner kick here. And I believe it's Ramsby out there. That ball kind of curved towards the top of the box. Pensacola trying to get that counterattack going, and they'll have to settle for settling it back as Ramsby off the corner kick, applying some pressure. It's won back by the Rams now. Yefimov had it, as did Buchalski. It's taken back again by the Rams, and Josue Batuli. Rams directing traffic over on the far side here in the 19th minute. Rams, according to Coach Lee, had a strong returning core combined with a good recruiting class. So you got some veterans on this team, and then you've got some younger athletic players. They won 4 of their first 6 games. They beat Minnesota Morris. That's a D3, 3-2. It was their first win against them in a decade. They are a dual NCAA Division III member out of the UMAC. 4-6-2 in the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference this year for North Central. A lot of schools are making that move to the NCAA. They want that branding, that name for recruiting purposes. It makes a big difference having that logo of the NCAA on your athletic website. In the last 20 years or so, organizations like the NAIA have lost hundreds of members to the NCAA. Meanwhile, wisely, the NCAA allows for dual membership. You don't have to pick one or the other. Why compete when you can coexist? And they've carved out a nice niche here with the headquarters right here in Greenville, South Carolina. They've actually grown members, while other smaller collegiate organizations are doubling down on trying to compete with the NCAA. The NCAA is growing. Buchalski for Pensacola. That through ball, taken back again. Williams is there. Patuella sends it back. This is Batuli. 21 minutes in. Forrest for North Central sends it back, and the passing has not been crisp for the Rams here today. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. We want to thank everybody who's partnered with us to bring you these national tournaments. Spinks, Aramark, Bon Secours, Integra Bank, and Pepsi. Pensacola has been crisp with their passing as McClellan tried to get around Williams. A foul is going to be called. And that'll set up something for Pensacola. Sound like a broken record, but tournaments like this, when you're playing the best at your athletic competition, set pieces make all the difference. Set pieces led to several of those 7 goals that we had earlier today between Kansas and Trinity. And it'll be McClellan sending it into the box. Good header. I believe it was Batuli to get it out. Correction, Williams got it out. Pensacola stays with it, though. Stewart. They go back to Sam Payo. And this time the Rams get it. It's Henry Pachula. Good playmaker, 7th in assist in Division II with 6 on the season. 3 goals as well for Henry Patuella. See if they can get him going on the far side. So far, not much on the attack today for the Rams. Morales sends it back. Pass to the center, tap back to Ramsby. This is Patuella on the near side now. And that ball was sent into the box near nobody, and the defense, Joel Hatcher, will let it go behind for a goal kick. Brent Konazinski will take this goal kick. The keeper, sophomore, 121 saves on the season against very tough competition this year that the Eagles played. You'll hear me say that about just about every team in this tournament. North Central competes in Division III. Pensacola played a lot of scholarship programs, D2s, NAIAs. It all helps this time of the year. The game doesn't feel as fast. It doesn't feel as challenging come November when you're playing strong opponents. McClellan tees it up. Good for somebody over on the far side for Pensacola. I believe it was Stanridge looking in the box for Hoffman. It's cleared out by the Rams. Rams trying to get on the ball. Putuela does so. Morales had trouble with it. He's upset with himself. Coming from behind with Stanridge there for Pensacola. As they get it back, 25th minute. Uhalski cleared out by Williams. Hoffman now for Pensacola. This is Hatcher. Back to Hoffman. Hayden Hoffman tried to make something happen, and possession trading about here midway through this first half. This NCAA Division II Men's National Tournament brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, crisp, smooth, and refreshing. We are 26 minutes in, and we're at Pepsi Stadium, conveniently enough, here in the campus of North Greenville. Great facilities here. North Greenville's a Division II school. Just a little bit north of Greenville. It's about a 15-mile drive north from the campus of Bob Jones that will host this tournament the rest of the way starting on Thursday and also on Saturday. We will be back here tomorrow, so Pensacola and Bob Jones will play here tomorrow. This is North Central's lone game at North Greenville, and I mentioned it in the early going. There was at least 4 inches of rain that fell in the upstate of South Carolina just yesterday alone, not to mention the rain they got today. So that ball is sent in by North Central's Smith, who tried to make something happen there, but no trouble for Konazinski. I was down there on the field running around a little bit and testing it out, and in my tennis shoes, I had no problem. You can barely tell it had rained as much as it did out on the field. So got to thank the folks at North Greenville for being hospitable on short notice. The 1-2 between Smith and Putuela will go a little bit wide. Pensacola trying to get the attack going again. McClellan runs out of real estate on the near side. Batuli back to Williams. Batuli near side of center circle. And that through ball, nothing doing. Mullinex at center circle. Stanridge now. Hoffman sends it back. Both teams patient in the attack. I mentioned neither one of these teams is even in the top 10 in goals scored. Defense gets them where they need to be. North Central has 33 goals in 19 games. And Pensacola with 27 goals in 19 games. So it will be set pieces. It will be 1 or 2 mistakes that will likely decide this one. The 2017 champions, Pensacola, and the 2016 second place finishers, North Central, battling here in Pool A. Or excuse me, Pool, yeah, I had that right. Pool A. Low shot, that was blocked. Morales trying to make something happen. And that'll be cleared out by the Eagles. The other team in Pool A is Bob Jones, the host school. Trinity Baptist picking up 3 points in a wild 4-3 win against Kansas. So Kansas has their backs up against it now. Just two games in pool play, so there's little room for error. Nice job by Buchalski to get it to McClellan, but the offside flag up. I don't think we have seen a sub for either team yet. 30 minutes. You see the time left here in the first half on your screen. Brand new NCCAA network. Morales fires, and that's going to be wide to the right and out of play for a goal kick. So now you have one location to go to for every tournament. Everything's nice and streamlined. Folks at Blue Frame taking over. 31st minute, and Pensacola has started to give up more of the ball. Passing's been good for Pensacola today. You can see it on display here on this counterattack. Ball sent into the box, and that attack fizzles out as it's cleared out by the Rams. We're going to have our first sub of the game for Pensacola. The Eagles, Elijah Chisbertha from Caraco comes into the game, and he'll replace number 21, Hayden Hoffman. That ball was hit off North Central, Betuli. Eagles trying to get on the ball. Good defense there for the Rams. D. Mendoza, though, who's come on, losing it. Now it's Buchalski for the Eagles. D. Mendoza from Panama, 1 goal on the year. Deflects it off of a player, and that earns the Rams this throw. D. Mendoza, that was headed by Chisbertha. Betuli leaves it over on the far side. Forrest, I believe, is over there. It's real hard to see those North Central tiny numbers over on the far side. So we'll talk about more of them in the second half. They'll be closer to us, those right backs, when they switch sides. Or left back, excuse me. Williams on the near side for the Rams. Williams had some room. Tries to send it in, and again, it's headed back. Good defense for both teams here in the early going. Pensacola had a couple of chances early on. They had 4 or 5 corner kicks in a couple of minutes span, but for the most part, good defensive first half for both of these teams. Minute 33. You see the time left on the clock here in the first half. Wind, as I mentioned, has started to pick up. It was basically dead in that first game. But as I mentioned, there's more weather coming. Buchalski tried to make a couple of moves, and it's going to go behind for a goal kick. I don't know if that's something that coaches, I'm sure they do. They look at the weather. If you know it's been raining all day and it's not raining now, you look at it. There is a strong possibility of rain in the second half. So certainly if I'm a coach and I know that, I'm telling my guys, look, we got to try to get a goal because it might be a slop fest in the second half. In pool play, ties are okay, but 3 points is sweet. That ball left, sliding in is Konazinski as he makes the play. Coming up was D. Mendoza. As you get another look at that one, D. Mendoza came charging on the good pass. Nice effort there by Brent Konazinski. That's what eating all those melt sandwiches will do for you. They know what I'm talking about in Cleveland. Nobody else does, but they know. That's just for you guys. 35th minute. About 10 minutes left to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a break, so we'll go away. On the near side for North Central, trying to get there was Morales. Both teams have traded about possession. There have been a few counterattacks, but for the most part, Pensacola's had a little more of the ball here in this one. Trying to run it down is Buchalski, holding him off again. The defender, Danny Williams, the center back, and according to Brian Lee, he's the heart of the team, a positive and motivating factor from the center back spot. Hit it behind there. It'll be a corner kick number 6 or 7 right now for the Eagles here in this first half in the 36th minute. It's going to be likely taken short again. Now Buchalski's going to take this one. Miley Buchalski, 3 goals, 3 assists on the year. Everybody's standing to the right. It's punched out by the keeper Hartwig and cleared out by the Rams. More subs coming in. Mason Brink from Holland, Michigan, number 18 in for Pensacola. He'll replace Kendall Mullinix.
Eagles, number 18, Mason Brink.
So Pensacola with another throw on that far side. Learn, love, and lead. For over 90 years, Bob Jones University has been equipping leaders to make a difference for the cause of Christ. You can find out more information by going to bju.edu. Yefimov tried to make something happen there. Again, defense is steady for the Rams. They've been under attack, but they have held their own. The number 1 seed, North Central. That ball is going to be wide left of the box, and another goal kick to come for Gabe Hartwig. Most of the players from Brian Lee's roster are from the upper Midwest in Minnesota, Wisconsin. A couple of players I mentioned, D. Mendoza from Panama, and Caleb Smith, number 10, is from Kenya. 38th minute. After a 7-goal first game, this one has been slow to develop. Rams are really pushing forward here, though, firing it, but a little bit low. That was Caleb Smith looking for his 3rd goal of the season. You saw the speed for the Rams there, though. We haven't seen much on the counterattack for them as Buchalski tried to get that through ball in, but good header by North Central's Luukkonen. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you in the upstate of South Carolina. Fall has settled in here in this area. And it has brought some nasty weather with it. We're at Pepsi Stadium, North Greenville University in North Greenville. And we'll be here today and tomorrow, and then hopefully back at Bob Jones on Thursday, and then Saturday for the championship. The weather's going to be lousy through Thursday, but things are really going to be beautiful on Friday for the women's semifinals, and then Saturday for the women's final and the men's final. We're going to have great weather for those 2 days. So that's the glass half full part of it. Unfortunately, it's going to be cold, it's going to be cloudy, and it's going to be rainy during all of the pool play competition on the men's side. 40th minute now, 5:15 left to play here in this first half. Neither team able to get one in the back of the net. I mentioned we had 7 goals in our first game, but 6 of those came in the 55th minute or later. It was an amazing display of attacking. Both teams, Kansas and Trinity, were really going at it, wanting those 3 points, and Trinity got it, winning 4-3. More subs for Pensacola. Number 20, I don't have on my roster, so let me double check. Yeah, I can't help you. Pensacola's got different jerseys than what was indicated on the roster on their website. So it looks like that's Daniel Vidal, number 20. Okay. So Vidal is in. North Central made a sub too. Their jersey numbers have been almost invisible from my perspective, so we'll get to the names if we can. I'd say a good 30% of the roster out there for the Rams right now all look like a number 1 to me, and I know that's not right. There's only one Ramsby out there, although I'm sure Brian Lee would take a few more of them if he could. 42nd minute, 0-0. Nothing across for either side, and keepers have been challenged from time to time, but for the most part it's been a defensive struggle. We mentioned it. Eliza Gisbertha for Pensacola tried to get something going. Again, the defense holds for the Rams. Pensacola with more of the possession here in this first half. As we go inside 3 minutes to play here in the opening 45. We have seen flashes of the speed for the Rams, and a foul is called there. Top of the box for Pensacola, McClellan. McClellan tries to get back on it. Looking to get it back now into the box. And the defense holds. Counterattack is on. Sliding play by Williams to keep it going, and a whistle. I'm not sure. There's a yellow card on Williams. That is a terrible call. Williams was just trying to keep the ball going. There was certainly no ill intent whatsoever. Well, that's just a bad call, but it does give the Eagles an opportunity here from about 35 yards out on this set piece. Stewart's on the ball. I get the feeling it's going to be a fake, though. Stewart, and I can't see the other number. Well, I just heard the official's explanation to Brian Lee, and now I think it's even worse call than I did before. So said it's to prevent him from being reckless. Well, let him be reckless, then give him the card. Off the free kick, it's blocked. Hartwig makes the save. He made a play on the ball. How is that reckless? Well, either way, North Central escapes. So 1:47 to go here in this first half. Again, we'll take a break at the half for about 15 minutes. Chris Forrest for the Rams. That was Batuli. They're trying to get it to Ramsby, and in that defense for Pensacola, no trouble to clear it out. Turnover here, though. Firing it off the post. That was a wild shot, and I believe it was Smith who had it. Again, folks, just guessing. So apologies if I'm incorrect. It's hard to see those numbers on that left side. Ramsby now, this is D. Mendoza. That was the first real chance for North Central here today. Vidal. Buchalski now. Back to Vidal. 45th minute. Now that's a foul. Batuli called for the foul, and Pensacola's got some time here to set this up for maybe one last play. Stewart boots it from about 50 yards out, and coming up, no trouble for Hartwig there for the Rams. So likely the first half will come to an end, although Hartwig with a big leg. That ball's going to go out of play, and the first half comes to an end. We are even, deadlocked at 0-0 after 45 minutes of play. Again, we'll take a 15-minute halftime break. You're watching the 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer National Championship here on the NCCAA Network. Don't go too far. We'll be back. Welcome back on the NCCAA Network. It's 0-0 here in game number 2 on day number 1 of pool play in the 2018 Men's NCCAA National Championship. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Pensacola and North Central, two teams that are familiar with going deep in this tournament, deadlocked at 0 apiece after 45 minutes of play. It was a lot of good action in the first half. Pensacola had more of the possession, but North Central certainly had their chances. A shot that went off the post from Andrew Davidson in that first half. Pensacola had several set-piece opportunities in the first half go awry. So nothing yet. And just to reiterate, it is pool play. Ties are certainly possible. But we will have overtime if the game is level after 90 minutes of play. And it's normal regular season overtime rules, 10-minute periods, 2 10-minute periods, and a golden goal to decide. So first goal wins it. Last year we had several overtime games in pool play. It was very competitive, and so far 2018 looks to be more of the same. Again, nastier weather than last year will make a difference, no doubt. The cold and the rain will be sticking around throughout pool play here in 2018. It will lead us to a beautiful championship day, though, on Saturday. It says right now that we're at 52 degrees. I'd give $1 million if we're actually at 52 degrees. I would say it's probably in the upper 40s at this point here in the upstate. Looks like somebody was bleeding, so they have to leave. And it looks like Buchalski will have to go get patched up.
Yeah, it's not going to count against his substitution if he comes back for the same player. Okay?
So Pensacola will be given a moment to sub here in the 48th minute. I want to remind you folks, see what everybody's talking about at visitgreenvillesc.com. From beautiful landscapes to a small-town Main Street, it's no wonder why people from all across the world are visiting. Check out Greenville, South Carolina.
In for the Eagles, number 19, Pedro Lima.
So coming in for Pensacola is Pedro Lima, the Brazilian, 3 goals and 11 assists on the year. And this is the first that we've seen of him today. So they'll fix up Buchalski, get him back out there pretty quickly, no doubt. Good ball sent to Molinex. Molinex does some dancing, sends it over on the far side, and the pass mistimed. And that was Pedro Lima over on that far side. Deflected out, so Pensacola trying to get the attack going here in the early stages of this second half. Pensacola won both games in group play last year en route to the 2017 National Championship that they won 1-0 against Trinity. Their first title of any kind, I believe, in program history. Sampaio on the near side. This is Molinex. Molinex trying to do some dancing. Leaves it back. Nice pass to Lima. Molinex again will fire it low, and on a couple of hops, Gabe Hartwig makes the save. The senior from Eagle River, Wisconsin. Gabe Hartwig, a 1.68 goals against average, 4 clean sheets on the year, so shutouts are certainly not out of the ordinary for Gabe Hartwig. Almost a quarter of the season shutouts for this team that won 10 games here in 2018, a dual NCAA Division III member out of the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference, North Central. Returning to the tournament here in the NCAA after a 2-year absence. Correction, a 1-year absence. They were the runners-up in 2016. Nasty travel day for everybody, but certainly for the folks who had to come up from Pensacola yesterday in that driving rain. How about a shout out for the real MVPs here in 2018, all the bus drivers getting everybody here safely. There were accidents left and right in this area yesterday. And the unsung heroes are those bus drivers. Believe me, they are appreciated by these athletes. Pensacola patient, good passing here in this game. Molinex on the near side, turning it over. Putuela sends it to Smith. Pass to Batuli. Batuli wide to the right with that shot. Minute 51, we remain 0-0. Both teams with an opportunity here in the early stages of the second half as we take another look at that. Shot from Batuli, just wide to the right there. Josue, 6 goals, 1 assist, 13 points on the season. Brian Lee says he's a good two-way player. This, by the way, is North Central's last season in the NCAA. Brian Lee told me their goal is to come in and end on a high note. They want a championship, coming in as the number 1 seed. Ramsby, his pass was deflected and taken away momentarily by Upchurch, staying with it, Putuela. But Thule tried to get in, and that's cleared a mile out of play. All the way back down on the other side of the field. North Central's been a dual affiliate. We talked about the pros of being a dual affiliate for a long time, but they're going all in on the NCAA starting next year. Petuella tried to chase it down, and they're going to say that was, they're going to let a sub come in for the Eagles. Riley Buchalski, who got patched up, will come back in as Pedro Lima will depart. '53rd minute. North Central starting to get going on the attack as Petuella sends it into the box. It's knocked back. Petuella fighting for position. You can hear the wind starting to howl more. Fired in by Smith. Again, it's wide to the right. The wind is starting to blow out that way. The flag to the right of the scoreboard starting to whip a little bit more towards the right side of your screen. For over 50 years, the NCCAA has been promoting outreach and ministry through athletic competition. You can learn more by going to the nccaa.org. You can also get the latest tournament information and all kinds of stay up to date with what's going on right there on the website. So we haven't seen much of the Pensacola attack here in this second half. The Rams have started to stabilize things. Smith sends it to the near side for Davidson. Knocked away. Smith tries to get on the ball again. One back for a moment by Mullinex. 3 points in this first game when you're talking about pool play and it only being 2 games is so huge, because even a tie in the next game will likely get you through to the championship. Again, it's all relative and it depends. There's little room for error, though, and if you can start out with 3 points, you're in the driver's seat. That's what both of these teams want to happen. Ties are okay. Ties keep you in. As Batuli tees it up, it's blocked again by that back line for Pensacola. All 4 defenders today playing outstanding. Davison taps it in, headed out. That was just Bertha. There's going to be a foul called here on the Rams. So a free kick now for the Eagles here in minute 55. Make it minute 56 now. You see the time left. Who will crack this tight contest? A turnover. Hoffman had it. And then Pensacola gives it right back. Free kick off the foul. Danny Williams sends it into the box. They're right back up. Church gets rid of it. Comes back to Petuella for the Rams. Cross in for Petuella, trying to get it to Batuli, excuse me. Knocked out again. Ball deflects around. Pensacola tries for the counterattack now from Jake McClellan. McClellan. 2 defenders around McClellan. And the Rams with some good defense there. One back by McClellan. Neither team has gone deep into their bench. As Smith runs out of real estate. Sent ahead, giving it a run was Sampaio, and that'll be knocked out by Williams. So a throw for the Eagles, just 4 wins for Pensacola this year. But all of those wins coming against Division II NCCAA opponents. Throw for Hoffman, deflected out. And it'll be a goal kick for North Central. So you wonder, the reason why I mentioned moments ago about the substitutions is at what point do we start to see some tired legs set in? Brian Lee told me his team's certainly conditioned after playing 3 games in 3 days in the North region, winning that championship over Providence. They'll actually have a day off tomorrow. The Rams will play on Thursday against Bob Jones. Long ball sent forward, Sampaio, and Hartwig comes way out of his box to clear it. That pass is going to go out of play, so the Rams will get a throw over on the far side. It'll be taken by Chris Forrest, one of the veteran leaders. Some real estate for Putuela. Putuela leaves it over on the far side. Ball into the box, but Stanridge is there for Pensacola. On the far side, that's Forrest again. Ball in. Putuela. It's flicked into the box. Morales tried to run it down on the near side, and that'll go behind for a corner kick. '60th minute. Less than 31 to play. Here in regulation, you can see on that corner flag just whipping right at the face of the Rams player who will take the corner. And I believe it's Putuela, 7th with 6 assists in Division II. Sends it in, and that header is well over the crossbar. It was Putuela on the corner. I mentioned he's 7th in Division II with 6 assists. Also has 3 goals on the season. 37 shots, 24 of those on goal. Exactly 30 minutes left. Neither team able to crack. Both have had opportunities, but for the most part, it's been well-played defense here in this one. And Pensacola's passing has been a little bit sloppier here in the second half. They were money with their passing in that first 45. It's a different story here in the second 45 so far, as the Rams have taken a bit more control of this one. Players colliding. Rams come up with it. Batuli. Some room for Davidson. Davidson gets around one defender, but it's cleared away. Batuli. Batuli with a nice move. Takes kind of an awkward hit, and it knuckles to the right. '62nd minute. These two teams battling for the first 3 points, possibly in Pool A. Here's a big turnover now. Opportunity And Morales centered it. He might have been better off taking a shot. That's what I expected him to do. Instead, he looked to pass it, but nobody was really there for the Rams. Rams do get it on the throw here, though. And they'll get yet another one. Morales again. That's going to be knocked out. And they say deflected off the Rams, so this time it's a Pensacola throw. We will be with you tomorrow at 5 and 7:30 again. Trinity and Kentucky in Pool B. Trinity can wrap it up pretty much with a victory tomorrow over Kentucky. That's how important getting those first 3 points are. And then in Pool A, as I mentioned, these Rams will take on, or excuse me, it'll be Pensacola Christian against Bob Jones. Two schools that are certainly very familiar with one another, playing in this national tournament, region rivals, and of course Pensacola was started by Bob Jones graduates. So schools that are joined at the hip and very familiar rivals on the field. Playing tomorrow. That should be a fun one as always. Certainly was last year. And again, that'll be our nightcap. It'll be a crisp 38 degrees according to AccuWeather for the start of that one tomorrow night. That was almost a turnover. It will be a turnover for the Eagles as that pass was off the mark. Mentioned they were so crisp with their passing in that first half. Mal Davidson for the Rams will throw in. Putuela. Ramsby tried to go back heel with it. See if Pensacola can get something going here on this counter. McClellan. In the middle, that was Sampaio. Buchalski on the far side of your screen. Cleared out by the Rams. Staying with it, Yefimov for the Eagles. Now Mullinex trying to chase it down on the near side. He'll get there. Crosses it in, and that's over everybody's head. Off the deflection, Sampaio. That's fired back out again. The defense for the Rams. A strong second half for them. 65th minute. You see the time left on your screen. Get the feeling that one might be enough to win this one. Foul was called there on the Rams, so from center circle, Paul Stewart will take this free kick. Curves it over to the far side of your screen. Getting in there was Danny Williams, and he draws a foul. Danny Williams from Coon Rapids, Minnesota, one of the senior leaders. 9 goals and 2 assists, 20 points from a center back. Trying to go 1-2. Instead, Batuli gets there. Deflected back off Putuela. Batuli is there again. Batuli with a good run. As the rain starts to come down, we mentioned it was a certain possibility here in the second half of this one. 3 subs on for Pensacola. Jeff Thompson, number 2. Number 19 is Pedro Lima. Number 11, Elijah Gisbertha, all coming in. Number 25 for North Central, Rodrigo D. Mendoza from Panama comes back in after playing a good chunk of that first half. So some fresh legs out there for both teams for the final 23 minutes and counting. 67 minutes into this one. Deadlocked in a defensive battle here in this opening day of this 2018 tournament. McClellan tried to send it in. Guess who's there again? It's Williams. He's got to be on the all-defensive team. Fantastic player. Rams on the counter. Morales waits for some help. Sends it to the far side for Smith. Ball deflected out. Running it down is D. Mendoza. This is Forrest. And the defense for Pensacola again, holding strong. Sampaio. Standridge, excuse me, as well. 68th minute. Here come the Rams again. Pushing forward. Ramsby! That's going to be a little too ambitious. We're at Pepsi Stadium, the campus of North Greenville University. Can't say enough thanks to the folks here for helping us put this together for you. They had 24 hours to do it and didn't skip a beat. Firing a low knuckler, that'll be to the right from off the foot of Morales. No trouble for Konazinski there. Counterattack is on, a breakaway potentially for Lima. Lima fires, and that's too high. Boy, Hartwig got a little too careful with that one. I thought he might make a play on it. He was confident, though. And it went over the crossbar. Gabe Hartwig at 6'5". That was the first. We've mentioned him here in the second half, just making sure he's still awake over there. Pensacola has gotten nothing going on the attack here in this second 45 minutes. Minute 70, less than 21 to play here in regulation. McClellan with a good pass. Over on the far side is Buchalski, and that's just not going to get it done. North Central's best season was the year that they won this Division II championship. Back in 2016, they went 15-8. This year is just their second season over 500 since 2010. They've had some lean years in Minneapolis, but Brian Lee, who was an assistant last year and is familiar enough with the program, and the staff before him certainly turning things around in a big way. By the way, I've been complaining about the weather. I saw on my Twitter feed, I was scrolling through at halftime, it's 7 degrees in Minneapolis. So they're not having it from me. Long run on that far side. Getting there is Batuli. Batuli being bumped. Tries to get it away. North Central keeping possession going here. Trying to make something happen, and Putuela fizzles the attack out. Trying to give it a run is Lima. Lima gets there again. 11 assists off the bench. He fires a shot. That was a good-looking shot. Just a little too much on it, though. Like what I've seen from Lima here. I was wondering when he would make an impact. He's such an important player for Joseph Lewos and the Eagles. I was surprised not to see him starting. Lima on the ball again. It goes off Lima. It'll be a throw for the Rams. Williams at center circle. On the right side, that's Chris Forrest. Some room here on this near side, and that pass is just too short. Riley Luukkonen unable to get that pass away. Rams staying with it, though, as they win it back. Putuela, and that'll be a slide and possible yellow card from Hatcher. They gave the Rams a yellow for a lot less in that first half, and I don't see a card coming out. But it is a foul and an opportunity here late. Here in the 73rd minute for a set-piece chance for the Rams. Putuela, as I mentioned, 7th in Division II with 6 assists. This is where he shines. Puts it in the box. It's deflected into the back of the net. I believe Morales got to it. We'll check from the official score, but I believe it was Morales as we take another look. I'm going to lean in here if you don't mind so I can take a look at the replay with everybody else. It was deflected a couple of times. It's him, right? Yeah. We're still trying to figure that out. I do believe it was. I do believe it was Morales, though. Is it enough for a game winner now? North Central's been knocking on the door here in this second half. So it is Dennis Morales' 3rd goal of the year here in the 73rd minute. And the offside flag is up there. Now, I'm not sure if you can see the lights. It probably doesn't show up on the broadcast, but the rain is really starting to come down again, too. It's raining as hard as it's rained here this evening right now. That means the ball's going to be wetter. Set pieces, folks, in these national championships are so vital. Pensacola is far from done, though. They've got... That's got to be a foul on Lima. Yeah, that'll be a foul on Lima. So the rain is starting to come down heavier. 74th minute. The officials making sure everybody's nice and calm out there. Putuela will give his team another opportunity here off the foul from Lima. Beautiful ball into the box. Trying to get there was Batuli. And that's cleared out. Lima, see if he can get the counter going here. And that's going to be out of play. So Lima looking for Gisbertha, but goes out of play.
In for the Rams, 28, Jeremiah Zilka.
Looks like the Rams making another sub. Number 28, Jeremiah Zilka, who started this game, coming in. '75th minute, 1-0, the number 1 seed leading. Off of a corner kick, Morales put it back in the net. And the Rams are not quitting yet. They're not dropping back. Pensacola now. Trying for the counter as the rain gets heavier. That's going to be sent forward by Stanridge. Opportunity here and a good one for the Eagles. Ball sent into the box. The keeper is out. McClellan couldn't make anything happen with it on the first hit. Tried to stay with it, but the Rams get it back. Ooh, the Rams and Hartwig with some nifty defense there. Jake McClellan, 3 goals, 6 assists on the year. Almost had goal number 4. This is Lima. Lima gives it back to Thompson. And another turnover. Batuli taking it away. Batuli sends it forward. And Thompson's going to hit that out of bounds. So it'll be a throw for the Rams here in minute 77. Less than 14 to play on this rainy night 1 of pool play. Pensacola just trying to get it forward now. Hartwig sends it ahead. Hoffman tried to get on the ball. The Rams take it away. Rams looking to counter. Davidson at center circle. Davidson staying with it somehow. Near side, Zilka. Zilka tried to run it down. It's going to be deflected out. Who was it off last? Zilka. So Eagles will throw. Pensacola still plenty of time here in the 78th minute. However, the opportunities starting to become fewer and fewer. And how about the Rams? It's like a completely different team here in the second half, the way that they've controlled the second half possession. The offside flag is down. Lima trying to get there. He does. Sends it into the box, headed out by Williams, sent right back in, but Gabe Hartwig makes a dive on it. Again, the ball's going to be wetter as the rain is really picking up. Zilka on the ball. Zilka, good decision to Smith. Smith, nice move. Ball got away from him. He's got room. Fires it in. It's deflected out. Good defense there by the Eagles. And the Eagles trying to gather here in minute 79. Thompson sent back, kept in play by Zilka. Running up on it is Smith. Smith crosses it in, headed back out. Staying on it. Batuli. And on the far side, I believe that's going to roll behind for a goal kick. Looks like North Central will make another sub and bring in Putuela. It was Putuela's corner kick that set up Morales' goal in the 73rd minute. That gave North Central the advantage. So he comes in. Coming out is D. Mendoza. Kick by Ramsby.
Number 10, Caleb Smith.
Putuela again on the far side. And that's going to go behind for a corner kick here in the 80th minute. North Central scoring 7 minutes ago off of a corner. And again, it's Putuela to boot it. This time from the far side. Wind at his back. Ball bounces, fired back into the box. Lima is there. Off the back heel. That was beautiful from Gisbertha. Lima with some space. Goes to the far side. I believe that's McClellan over there. It is McClellan on the ball for the Eagles. Lima. That's going to be fired right into the hands of Hartwig, who makes another brilliant play on it. Hartwig sends it forward, and his momentum carried that ball to the right, and Putuela's momentum carried it right out of play, so the Eagles will get a throw in. We're going to have another sub come in. Pensacola will bring in the fresh legs of Ben Hatcher, the junior.
Number 3, Ben Hatcher.
He comes in for Sampaio. 82nd minute. The time ticking down. The through ball, and I believe an offside flag was up there. Must have been the call. These officials have such a good eye for that. It's such a hard thing to call. You call it when the pass is delivered, not when the player is running, so you have to be looking at almost two things at once. And 90% of the time, 99% of the time, they get it right. That's the incredible thing. You only hear about the 1% they get it wrong. Here's Smith for North Central. North Central has certainly not dropped back. They are not sitting on this 1-goal lead. At the same time, they're not playing too dangerously either. 83rd minute. Ben Hatcher tried to get on that one, but it goes out of play. They're going to roll it back to Hartwig. Hartwig sends it forward at center circle, a battle for it. Gisbertha comes up with it, sends it to the near side. Lima trying to chase it down, get himself on the ball, goes back heel. Nifty play by Lima, sends it into the box. Williams got a hit on it. Getting there is Riley Luukkonen. So Pensacola is going all in here, trying to equalize. Less than 7 to go, 84th minute, and now they're going to call a foul on the Rams. That's going to set up a free kick for the Eagles in good position. McClellan gives way. Standridge is there. And I believe Stewart as well. Less than 6.5 to play. And a good set-piece opportunity here for Pensacola. Ball into the box, comes right to the keeper, Hartwig, who makes the play, the captain and 4-year starter. Booms it into the lights. What can the Rams do here? That ball's going to be sent forward and almost went behind for a goal kick. Pensacola gets on the ball. They're looking again for Lima. Lima's fresh legs have been welcome to the attack for the Eagles here in this second half. As Pensacola subs again, Mark Brown, another Clevelander coming into the game. He'll replace Gisbertha, who gave them good minutes here today. 1-0, Morales in the 73rd minute. For North Central, they hope that's a game-winning goal. And for Pensacola, they hope more game lies ahead. On the near side, it's Andrew Davidson, the backup goalkeeper as well, by the way, Andrew Davidson. Far side on the Eagles, Mark Brown with a good run. They're looking to go back to him, and the referee says no contact there. That's going to go. Is it still in play? It is in play. It goes behind, and it's last touch by the Rams. McClellan jogs out quickly, the Rams getting back on defense, and the Eagles pushing the tempo here late. Another set-piece opportunity for Pensacola here in the 86th minute. McClellan sends it into the box. It's well short, knocked out of play. So McClellan will have to do it again. That ball low, sent in, diving play by Hartwig. Not a bad effort from one of the defensive players for the Eagles there. Morales. It's going to be sent back to Hartwig, who can't make a play on it. Another corner kick to come. And Hartwig is upset that it was sent to him. So I think McClellan's going to give way now. It's going to be Paul Stewart to take this corner kick. 87th minute, nearing 3 minutes to go. Rams trying to survive. Eagles trying to equalize. Ball into the box. It's blocked. Blocked by Hartwig. Williams got hit. No call. Let's take a look at that corner kick again. And it was deflected, but right to Hartwig. The save of the game so far. I'm not even sure if that wasn't one of his guys that got that deflection. It was hard to see in the box. Everybody jumbled up. The Rams trying to hang on. You can start to hear the rain now as it starts to pitter-patter on the broadcast. Another foul called. No correction, it's just a throw-in. No, it is a foul. I had it right the first time. Go with your first instinct. Free kick taken on that far side by the Rams. Rams trying to get it into that corner so they can kill some time. As you can see, Morales is running right towards it into the box. It's Konozinski, and players collide with 1:46 to go. And Konozinski stays down. It is a downpour right now out on the field. Both of these keepers have had sure hands, though. So it looks like everybody's okay. I'm not sure what the holdup is. I think the trainer had to come out and look at one of the Eagles players. So it'll be a Pensacola free kick when we're done. Mullinex comes back in for the Eagles. Coming off is Hayden Hoffman. So he leaves under his own power. That is good news for Pensacola fans, certainly. Mullinex will take this free kick now. 1:46 left to play here in the 89th minute. North Central scoring in the 73rd off a corner kick. Morales got it on the deflection, put it in the back of the net. And the 1 seed trying to hang on here. That through ball trying to get there was Stanridge, but the defense able to recover. Williams is going over to his corner. You don't want to be in your own corner to try to do that. Get the ball out of there. What is he thinking? Cross into the box. You kill possession on the other side, on the other team's corner, not on your own. That ball's going to go behind. It's another corner kick. Man, the Rams are living dangerously as we approach minute 90.
1 minute.
Paul Stewart again. Header by Mullinex, and that's going to go wide to the left. Goal kick to come, and North Central will be in no particular hurry. Well, Pensacola has certainly given it their best go here in the last, certainly 10 minutes of this one. It's not over yet. Less than 30 seconds. Still another opportunity. Williams with a nice header, and they're going to call a foul, and that will likely be the end. A yellow card comes out on that push in the back as Williams hit the deck. So it'll be a free kick for the Rams. And this will likely wrap things up. Again, still time. You need, if the ball goes all the way to the other end of the field, I mean, you need a good 20 seconds at least to get it back immediately, unless you can fire it forward or it's headed at center circle like it was there. Instead, the Rams get back on the ball, though, and with 9 seconds, they will wrap this one up. The top seed defeats the defending champions here in day one of pool play in a nail-biter, 1-0 to North Central here tonight. So it's the Rams at the top of Pool A for the moment. After 1 day of play, they pick up a much-needed 3 points ahead of their meeting Thursday against Bob Jones. For Pensacola, it's a must-win for the most part against Bob Jones, and that, again, will be tomorrow night at 7:30. So North Central gets 3 points. Morales with a goal in the 73rd minute off of a corner kick, and that's the only scoring here today. Good defensive battle between two strong opponents. North Central wins its 11th game of the year by a score of 1-0. Well, come on back tomorrow. Trinity Baptist will look to wrap up Pool B. They'll take on Kentucky Christian tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pensacola and Bob Jones will meet tomorrow night at 7:30. For everybody here in North Greenville at Pepsi Stadium, my name's Chris Sheeman. Once again, your final, it's the North Central University Rams 1, Pensacola Christian College Eagles 0. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night. Stay warm up there in Minnesota.